we're going to go ahead and get right into it. As you guys know, the Hall of Fame game just occurred. Sean's boy, Dewey Haskins, lit it up. Sean, what did you take away from the game?
I mean, I think the future preseason games will give a little more insight, but I still think right now it's Mason just because he knows he plays a bit more than Haskins, but I think Haskins has more talent than Rudolph, but currently right now Mason still got that spot.
But yeah, Dwayne Haskins showed like Mason can't run. Mm-hmm. He just sits in the pocket all day, and he rarely finds his check down guy too. And Haskins, I actually saw him throw check down passes. He ran, I think, 1 or 2 times. And the other thing too, Haskins didn't really have the starting receiving core in it, so his stats say like 5 for 13, but I think there are at least 3 drop passes. Yeah. One guy that I will say that really impressed me was Kalen Ballage.
For sure.
I really had like no expectations for him. And
is he the running back?
Yeah.
From Arizona
Number
State?
20. Yeah, I think so. 29, I think he was. He got hurt, but he was like one of the few like sort of bright spots where I was like, wow, this guy looks like he might actually be a pretty good player for us.
But let's go ahead and get into some future predictions. Jake, this is where you live. Pittsburgh Steelers, Sean. The over-under is 8.5. In case you guys were not,
you're never allowed in Pittsburgh.
Of course, I'm not taking the under.
In case you guys were not aware, the NFL added an extra week this year. So if the Steelers were to win 8 games, that would mean that we would have a losing season. And Coach Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season.
Yeah, that's
so. The over here is plus money, which is interesting because that means that they expect us to not hit it. And I think that is absurd, personally. I'd like to get your guys' thoughts, though.
It is absurd.
It's absurd,
I mean,
really.
I don't know if I'm biased, but I get what they're going at. We got the hardest schedule in, like, the whole thing or whatever. But, I mean, our team is – I believe like our receivers are elite. Ben is playing his last year, so he's gonna like go all out and
fix the diet.
Hopefully, we can sign TJ so he starts practicing again. And he had a huge season.
So last year we went 12-4, started off 12-0, finished 12-4. Last year we lost to the Washington football team, the Bills, the Bengals, and the Browns. And then we lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Browns. We lost James Conner, Bud Dupree, Pouncey, and DeCastro. Those were our big losses, but we gained Najee Harris, Trey Turner, and Melvin Ingram. So I think that we filled our holes pretty nicely. And I think that when we were rolling and we were 12-0, it was partially because we weren't so pass heavy. Like we beat the Browns I think week 7, and James Conner had like 25 carries for like 100-something yards. So like when you have a good balance, it's so much easier to like win. And I just think that Najee is going to be really good. I know that there's probably some bias there, but from what I saw in the Hall of Fame game, there were a couple plays that looked like they were going to be stopped in the backfield, and he broke it out and just moved the pile. So I think that we go at least I don't know. I mean, I think we go 11-5, but I think that we at least win 9 games. So I think that the bet there is over for sure.
11-5 does not exist because they added
11-6.
Okay. Let me hear your biased take before I unload on this.
Well, I'm not as high as Sean and Tommy might be, but I think they'll go. What is it, 9-8 now, or 10-7?
Mm-hmm.
My thing, our road schedule is extremely hard. We're playing all the teams that we normally don't play good on the road. We're playing like at Green Bay, which we never play good at. I'm not sure if we play at Chicago. That's another one. We never play good at Chicago. We're on the – I think we play the Chargers too. That's another. We never play the Chargers good.
So this these are the teams I have us lose or beating really quickly in my simulation. I have us winning against Raiders, Bengals, Broncos, Seahawks, Browns, Bears, Lions, Bengals, Chargers, Vikings, Titans. And then so that's 6 losses. And I think that's pretty reasonable. The big ones on there obviously are Seahawks, Vikings, Titans. Beat the Titans last year. I feel like we typically play the Seahawks well. And I think that they might regress a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think the Seahawks are going to be very good this year. But like you said, we upgraded the running back position. Our O-line definitely is up in the air. We lost up basically all 5 of our guys. But I'm not really sure about Trey Turner. He hurt his ankle last year and didn't play at all. I'm high on the center. We got Zach Banner's another coming off an ACL. I don't really know. And Chukwuma Okafor, he didn't really show me too much last year. But I like the tight end we got. We definitely got Ben some weapons. And, Najee being able to run the ball and catch the ball like Le'Veon should help. And defensively, we lost Dupree, but Highsmith started playing good at the end of last year. And, first preseason game was kicking ass. But I think, 9-8, 10-7. I think we'll make the wild card at least.
I don't also got Devin Bush coming back too.
Yeah, it's another one.
I'm a fan of Devin Bush. He's good.
Spillane.
The bias is leaking all over this room like a leaky faucet. Having said that, I expect the Steelers to go 10-7 and make the wild card because they have a top 3 coach who has never had a losing record in his career. I am a huge Tomlin guy. Huge. That year with Duck Hodges, where you guys almost made the playoffs, I was like, this dude can coach.
Should have made
it. And all the additions and subtractions Anthony just went over. Brilliant analysis. They lost some key pieces, but they filled holes. And Big Ben is back.
He's all the way back. And he's another year removed from surgery, so he had a true off season.
Yep.
So
another year porn free also.
Another year without the porn as well, which is huge. So
very.
Buffalo Bills over under 11. What are your guys' thoughts?
Oh, this is tough.
Yeah, that's hard.
So I've got them going 13-4. I have them. These are the losses I expect from them. Chiefs, Bucks, Colts, which is late in the year, so the boys will be back. And if you don't remember, the Colts only lost by 3 to them in the playoffs last year, so that was a close game. So they can play them well. And then the Jets in the last game of the year, because I think they'll sit their starters at that point. So
I mean, they're gonna have a fluke loss to a bad team. You gotta account for that.
That's the Colts for me.
I don't know if that's fluke really, if they're sitting their starters.
No, that's not. I said they'll sit their starters against the Jets. Colts will be a legit.
I will say their running back position was a little iffy, but they do a pretty good job with their running back duo that they use with, I think it's Singletary, and I forget what the other guy is.
Zach Moss.
Yeah, Zach Moss. He got hurt last year. But, yeah, and their receiving core, Stefan Diggs was unreal last year. Great fantasy player. And he was top 5, I think, in everything last year.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great addition for him. But they're definitely my Super Bowl team.
To me, I would just say this just randomly. I think that, and people are going to disagree with this, I'm sure, but I think Stefan Diggs is the best receiver in the NFL, personally. He just teared us apart. He tore them apart in the playoffs. He just is so good at route running. He's incredible hands. And I don't know why he isn't really in that conversation for some reason, but as for me, he also is from the DMV, so might be a little biased, but let's go to the next one here. Sean, do you think they go over under 11?
I think they'll go over.
I like it.
Oh, the under. Hammer the under. Hammer it. They stink. The Eagles stink unless they trade for Deshaun Watson, as I brought up last week. The Eagles are the worst team in the league. They stink. Under. Sorry for going a little bit crazy there, but under.
Yeah, there's no debate from me on that one. I think that I have them going 4-13, so under. The only teams I have them beating are the Panthers, Giants, Jets, and Cowboys. They're just a mess right now. And it's nothing against Jalen Hurts because I don't think he's terrible. I just don't think that they're a good team. And what they did in the playoffs, putting in, I don't even remember the dude's name, that guy, so that at halftime they just basically gave up. That's just a bad culture.
Doug Peters, they fired him.
No, It wasn't in the playoffs. It was just the last game of the regular season.
It mattered if the Cowboys were going to get, or is it the Giants? The Giants were going to get the playoffs.
Yeah. They purposely
lost. That was fucked up. I didn't like that.
They benched Jalen Hurts and played the third string, whatever his name was.
All right, so the Los Angeles Rams, 10.5.
Ooh. They got Stafford, so I mean, and their defense has been solid. So, I mean, I'd take the over. Stafford is definitely an upgrade over Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Goff really regressed since that Super Bowl, and you got Jalen Ramsey, you got Aaron Donald on the same team. Marcus Peters, pretty good player, he doesn't play for them anymore.
He plays for the Ravens.
There's another corner they got on their team.
Jalen Ramsey.
But I just said Jalen Ramsey. They got another guy.
Yeah, I forget.
But yeah, they're pretty solid.
So last year they went 10-6. They lost to the Bills, 49ers, Dolphins, 49ers, Jets, and Seahawks. I forgot they lost to the Jets. That was the Jets' first win. That was fucking insane.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. Yeah.
So they beat the Seahawks in the first round, and then they lost to the Packers second round, 32-18. So I don't know. The Cam Akers thing just scares me. I feel like that was a lot bigger than people realize. I know that they're a pass-first offense in McVay's system, but I don't know. I think they probably go 11-6, or what is it? Yeah, 11-6. That's what I have them at.
I think they'll win the division. Seahawks are going to regress, and Arizona's close, but I still don't know if Kyler Murray's a guy.
Tough division.
And
tough division.
I have the 49ers winning the division. I have Rams being a wild card team. But we'll get to that.
49ers and Jimmy G. Yeah.
I got the Rams going 12-5.
Okay.
And winning the NFC. They're my Super Bowl pick from the NFC.
I was with you on
I reserve the right to change my mind, but as of right now, they're my
I was with you on that. Not winning the NFC. I am going to the championship game and the Bucs winning, but not after the Cam Akers thing. I think that's a huge deal.
It's
I can tell you from personal experience, not having a running back and having to throw every play of every game does not work.
Ben knows better than anybody.
Oh, here we go.
So AFC South, we'll just go one by one, you three, starting with Sean, going to Anthony. Who do you think wins this division?
The Titans.
Titans.
I'm gonna go with a good one, but I think this division's wide open. I think it's like the Cowboys, Giants, Eagles last year.
Are you gonna pick Jacksonville?
I'm gonna pick Jacksonville.
You're gonna pick Jacksonville.
Colts future's up for grabs right now.
I hope you're right.
Depending on their guys. Titans, I think, have regressed. I think Tannehill's got to come back to earth at some point. And Jacksonville, they got a quarterback, I think, Trevor Lawrence. They got a running back, NTN.
I can't believe you actually just said the Jaguars. That's crazy. I mean, good for you if you put $50 on that. But
I like them more than the Colts. I will say that.
No, I mean
the Colts are just
The key is with the Jaguars, if they can, win whatever they play those divisions twice, they can win 4 out of those 6 games. That's a division right there. So.
Yeah, they got to sweep the Texans and then split the other 2.
Yeah,
and that's
which I realistically
possible.
I think they can do.
Possible.
Toughest division in the NFL. Sean?
I got the Seahawks.
Okay.
Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna fade Rams. I think 49ers are gonna be close second. I don't know if they're gonna play Trey Lance right away, but Jimmy G, I don't know if he's a guy.
All right, so here's what I have on this division.
He wins games, though. He wins games.
last year, Seahawks won it. They were 12-4. Rams were 10-6. Cardinals were 8-8. 49ers were 6-10. Jimmy G only played 4 games. Cam Akers is out for the year for the Rams. Cardinals got J.J. Watt, James Conner, and I don't think the Seahawks really had much.
They don't have any money.
Yeah, so I think that I'm going to go – I have the Rams winning it. Or no, I'm sorry. I have the 49ers winning it. I have the Rams as the 5 seed. I have the Seahawks as the 6 seed, and I have the Cardinals as the 7 seed. Those teams are all playoff teams. And I just think
– you think all 4 of them are going to make the playoffs?
I think all 4 of those teams are going to make the playoffs.
I'll be first.
Wow.
I'm not sure if that's the first that's ever happened. I'm not sure. But
no,
No, it
that
is.
would be, yeah.
It is because they just added an
yeah,
extra
7.
team. It's never happened before.
Yeah. So it would be. I'm predicting that.
Wow.
I just think the 49ers were so banged up last year. And last time that they were like fully healthy, they were in the Super Bowl. So I don't think that they're a Super Bowl team by any means. I don't think they get to the championship game either. But I think that the Cam Akers thing, but prior to the Cam Akers injury, I had the Rams winning it. And I think now I just have the Rams as the 5 seed. But that's the toughest division in football. Literally any of those 4 teams could win that division.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
AFC North.
Steelers.
You son of a gun. Do you really believe that?
Yeah.
Sean, give us some reasoning.
Pittsburgh.
I mean, we
they love you.
beat the Ravens twice last year, split the Browns. I think we split the Bengals.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
But I mean, we definitely should have
For the brand.
definitely should have beat the Bengals twice. I think we can. I mean, I think we can and beat all of them like we did last year. I mean, we lost people, I know, but we got a run game now, which was huge. So
Jake?
Appreciate that insight.
yeah, I mean, I'm being a little biased, but
But the guy that wears number 8 in the purple, he's mad this year
why is he mad?
because,
He's being doubted.
well, first of all, Josh Allen got paid, but before he did,
Okay.
when he's been a unanimous MVP and the most electrifying player since
Not really last year.
Barry Sanders. He had COVID.
That's
Dude. You guys
absurd.
played him on a Wednesday night. I do like you guys as a wild card, so don't hate me. Don't hate me. Are you also gonna do
No, I'm gonna go Ravens too. That takes a lot from me.
Takes a lot from me.
My thing is, I think it's gonna either be Baltimore or Cleveland, but Cleveland, getting Odell back, I actually think Odell sort of hurts them because they feel like they gotta force him the ball, and
They haven't
I don't
found that chemistry.
I don't think Baker's better when things are opened up. Like, he didn't force it to Jarvis or anything last year. They used those 2 running backs, and now since Odell's back, and I think he's gonna want the ball, and that's when Baker starts throwing mistakes. But I like Baltimore. I think they're solid as usual.
So we all have different picks on this one. I'm
You have the Browns.
going Cleveland to win the division.
Wow.
I just think that their running game is too good. They have the best running like backfield in the whole NFL.
Yeah.
And so last year, Steelers won the division 12-4, Ravens 11-5. And the Ravens, I don't think the Ravens regressed at all. I just think that, I don't know. It seems like
That COVID sort of screwed him up a little. That screwed him up for 3
they
games.
Screwed us up too.
Yeah,
Screwed
I
the
mean-
Steelers up too.
Yeah.
But we went,
9 games.
1-5 in the last 6 games. So
You
yeah.
also
So
played the football team on like a Tuesday night, right? Or was that game
Yeah.
moved to?
that was a Tuesday.
played 3 games in 13 days, 12 days.
Yeah. See, that's what that did some damage.
People don't remember that though. They just remember that we folded at the end, but it's whatever.
It's
Yeah, so I have the Steelers as the 7 seed. I have the Ravens as the 5 seed, and I have the Browns as the 3 seed.
okay.
So I have 3 of the 4 making the playoffs in that division. It literally could go either way though. Like I've said it before. Like if you would have asked me before last year, would the Steelers win the division? I probably would have said no, and we did. So maybe it'll happen again. We have a great running back now. So
Yeah, this is fun.
this is a prop bet. Who is going to throw the most interceptions in this NFL season? The favorite is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
One?
Yeah.
Oh, he throws a lot of picks.
It's not Fitzpatrick, it's Fitzmagic. Remember that.
Fitzmagic is at 1. Big Ben is 2. Sam Darnold 3. 2 of 4. Carson Wentz 5. So
I kind of like the Tua pick.
So
like
some
Zach
background here on this one. In 2020, it was Drew Lock, Carson Wentz, and Tom Brady at 15, tied for first. 2019, it was Jameis. Jameis is now a starter again. However, he did get LASIK surgery, so
That's interesting.
we won't know.
And he's been going through a very hard offseason regimen.
Yeah, he does.
He always does. He always goes hard in the offseason. You got to respect that out of him. I will say, though, back in 2011, Fitzmagic did lead the NFL in interceptions. So 10 years ago with the Bills. Ben was tied for 4th last year. Darnold was tied for 10th. And Tua was tied for 34th. But he only started 9 games. And Darnold missed 4 games. So I think Darnold might be the play if he's the quarterback all year. If he was tied for 10th and he missed 4 games, then he might be someone to look at there. But this one's hard. I don't know about Tua just because I don't think that he throws it a lot. Like there are a couple games where he started where he only threw like 11 or 12 passes. So and they also benched him a couple times. So I don't know if they really believe in him that much to throw the ball a lot. But Jameis is a good pick. Drew Lock is the thing with him is they might bench him for Teddy. So that one, I don't know. And then Wentz would be up there, but he's going to miss half the year possibly. So I don't know. Fitzmagic might be the play, but I just love him too much to pick him. It's not going to be Ben, though. I'm just saying that now.
Joe Burrow up there?
No, he wasn't on the leaderboard. I think Jalen Hurts was the next guy.
That's it.
Well, I'm just going to go Joe Burrow based off of their offensive line is terrible. And I mean, he got hurt last year, so I don't really know how much he's going to be – if he's going to be able to play right away, 1. And 2, I mean, he's just going to have a guy in his face every single play. And it wouldn't be surprising if Joe Burrow leads the league in interceptions just based off that offensive line.
They drafted Jamar Chase.
Over.
And they got Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins. So they're going to throw the ball a lot. So that's a very smart pick. Their defense isn't that great either. So they're going to be trailing a lot.
And they're going to be forcing, yeah.
So that's a smart pick. But me and Sean are trailing each other here. I think about the rookies. I think Trevor is one of the greatest prospects ever. I think he'll do fine. I think Justin Fields, I feel like he'll take care of the ball. They won't ask him to go out there and go crazy and win the game for him. Trey Lance isn't going to play that much. Mac Jones may not play that much. I think Zach Wilson. I don't know who the running back is. Do you?
That's a good pick.
Frank Gore.
Well, Frank Gore is like, I don't know if he's still playing. Man, bless his heart, but I don't think that's a good reliable option. And I think Zach Wilson. I don't think Quarter on the Jetter has started a game. I could be mistaken, but they're just going to tell him to go out there and wing it and win games. So I would guess it'll be Zach Wilson.
I like that pick. That's smart because they're not going to bench him. So
yeah, they're going to let him wing it, go out there.
And they're the Jets. So
they're the Jets. Yeah, God bless them.
I think Jameis. If I had to pick one, though, I think I would take Jameis because I don't
take Jameis.
I mean, it's not official that he's going to be the starter. Maybe it'll be Taysom Hill. Obviously, that would change things, but I think that they're going to go with Jameis. And he is he's questionable decision maker. But let's get into this here. This is a little homework I did today. Predictions for this season. I have the Chiefs number 1 seed. I have the Bills number 2 seed. I have the Browns number 3 seed. I have the Titans number 4 seed. I have the Ravens 5. I have the Dolphins 6, and I have the Steelers 7. So
I don't know about the Dolphins 12 and 5.
Well, their schedule is a much easier schedule than ours. That plays into it. We had a much easier schedule last year. Here, so I've got the Bucks 1, I've got the Packers 2, 49ers 3, Cowboys 4, Rams 5, Seahawks 6, Cardinals 7. I'm sorry, Jake. Your team was just on the outside of the bubble there. But I think the Cardinals got better, and I think that the Vikings are just the epitome of average, unfortunately.
I have a nuclear bomb of an NFC championship pick, and I'm not sure if I want to drop it now.
Go ahead.
Think of who it could be.
Are you saying NFC championship like to make the NFC championship or to advance to the Super Bowl?
I am changing my NFC champion pick. I'm off the Rams. That Cam Akers thing, Tommy has convinced me.
Trying to tell you.
And I need a new team. Sean, you ever say something and immediately regret it?
Yeah.
That's what's about to happen. Tommy, I'm a risk taker. I'm stepping up to the plate here. I think the Dallas Cowboys win the NFC.
Damn.
Let me explain. Can we acknowledge it's the worst division in the league?
Yeah.
You get a home playoff game. See, what we said there, and I know what he's going to do is like go back and rewind, and I said that Rams-Cowboys, the Rams would beat them. I think the Cowboys would be a higher seed. It would be a different bracket. The Rams would play the Bucks in the second round. The Cowboys would get a cupcake bracket until they play the Bucks. I know you disagree with me, but I got to get my bracket down.
I don't think they're winning the division.
I think it's going to be Ravens-Cowboys, and I just said that, and that's going to be posted all over the world now for people to laugh at me.
Jake.
I do reserve the right to change my mind.
Jake.
But right now I'm locked in on that.
Every single year, the media says this is the year the Cowboys are going to be good. Every single year, the Cowboys go 8-8 and lose in the first round.
I am not a Cowboys fan. I think I hate hearing them get talked about every week when they go 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. It's just weird. I got a weird feeling. Because I don't think there's a team in the NFC that's like a Goliath that's clearly better than everybody else. Back and get better. They stayed exactly the same. They stayed exactly the same.
They won the Super Bowl last year.
They were
It's the first team in NFL history to get all of their starters back.
Really?
Remember the wild card game against Washington? It was the worst team in the history of the league to make the playoffs, and they played them.
Gave him the best
And then Drew Brees threw for like 8 yards because his arm was like dangling off the side of his body, and then the Packers choked like me eating like a chicken wing. It's like, dude, what are we doing here? I reserve the right to change my mind, but I think the Dallas Cowboys win the NFC, and I just said that on this show.
Jake, I'm glad that you provided some pop to this show by saying that. That is completely absurd, and
that's what I do.
I'm glad.
I'm off the Rams. I got a new team.
All right, well, hey, I'll make a good clip, but that's about all that pick is good for.
I speak the truth. I speak my truth.
All right, Sean, thank you for coming, bro. Sean's working hard. He's got football practice every day, so he's putting in the hours, but he's still got time for the boys.
Sean,
So we appreciate that.
Shout out Cam.
Shout out Cam. Shout out Cam. You guys know Cam. The viewers know Cam. He's a regular on the show. He's supposed to be here.
On the Zoom in like 20 minutes.
He's still at McDonald's.
Yeah, so Cam was supposed to join us live from McDonald's. He needed some Wi-Fi, and he said he was going to call in, and clearly that has not occurred yet. So wherever Cam is, I hope he's safe. But Jake, thank you for being here, brother.
Much appreciated. Thank you for having me.
Anthony, thank you for being here as well.
My pleasure.
All right, well, yeah, hopefully you guys have a safe trip home, and good night.